up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This is your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, bro. Before I get going on today's video, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and if you want to have me hop on the panel, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. But without further ado, let's get it popping and get into today's video. And today, Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos. Canceled? It's been canceled? Let's talk about it, bro. God dog it, let's talk about it. But before we get into that, our live show tonight, Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 5:30 on the West Coast, 8:30 on the East Coast. Y'all come hang out with your boy Knockout for a fun night of boxing talk, man. It's going to be a fun night of boxing talk, so y'all come hang out with me as we talk this boxing. And don't forget about our second live show that we do with the singing OG, KQKC Boxing Network, over on his platform, and we do it on my platform sometimes too. Every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, we'll be live on his platform this Sunday. So y'all go subscribe to my OG, the singing OG, KQKC Boxing Network, so you can get his notifications and you can know when we're going live every Sunday morning. But let's get to it, man. So Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos, man. Looks like the fight has been canceled. So for those of y'all that don't know, Triller was trying to move the date yet again. They were trying to move it back from October the 4th to October the 16th. But George Kambosos ain't having that shit, bro. George Kambosos ain't having that shit. So here's the article, bro. From, I'm gonna skip that part. Okay, so Lopez agreed to move the date, probably as he wants his whole ordeal to be over with. Meanwhile, the challenger, Kambosos, refused to sign off on them moving the date. And so here are some of the main points. Triller won the purse bid for $6.02 million, where Lopez would get $3.9 million and Kambosos was going to get $2.1 million. Originally reported earlier, but scheduled for June 19th in Miami, the fight then got postponed because Lopez caught COVID. It got rescheduled for October 5th and then rescheduled for October 4th due to the Yankees baseball game. Triller then attempted to move again to October 16th at the Barclays Center. George Kambosos disagreed and asked his attorney to write to the IBF asking for a default ruling. What happens if Kambosos wins his default attempt? This means that Lopez is entitled to 65% of the money, which is $3.911 million, although he got to pay Top Rank 20%. Kambosos is entitled to 35%, which would have been that $2.1 million, minus roughly a double-digit cut to DeBella. Both fighters were looking at career-high purses. If the IBF declares Triller in default, it will forfeit the 20% that it deposited. So it had to get an IBF 20% to prove that they had the money. It gave the IBF 20%, which was $1.2 million. And that means that the IBF would split that between the two fighters, with Teofimo Lopez getting 65% and Kambosos getting 35% if they rule in favor of Kambosos, who is trying to default the purse bid. And then as a result, Matchroom Boxing, who finished second in the purse bid, will have the option to promote the fight if they want to. Lopez, obviously, bro, is hoping this all doesn't go south. If it does, he will lose almost $3 million in purse revenue, and this will drop George Kambosos to $1.5 million, bro. Overall, it's a shit show, man. Overall, it's a shit show. And I'm all for the open market in boxing and the purse bid and all of that shit. And I don't blame either fighter at this point. I blame Lopez for getting it pushed back the first time with the corona shit and moving off the date of June 5th to the June 19th. Like, I blame him and Triller for those two things. But since it's gotten rescheduled to October, this shit has been all Triller, bro. This shit has been all Triller. And I believe they might be doing this shit on purpose. I'm going to get to that in a minute, bro. They moved the shit back to October the 5th. But then they were like, shit, we can't do it on the 5th because the Yankees are playing. So then they moved it to the 4th. And then they realized, oh shit, it's football season. It's football season. So damn, we got to move it back to October the 16th. Because we can't go against Monday Night Football. But then October the 16th is Saturday. That's college football night. And I'm sorry, boxing just ain't what football is, bro. It will be far more people interested in college football than Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos. Those are just facts. That ain't me hating on them. And I believe, honestly, Triller's to the point where they know they ain't going to get their money back. And I believe deep down inside, They like, man, we go ahead and pay that little 20%, that 1.2 million, and we'll just wash our hands with this shit. So they moving around the dates. They doing everything that they can to not have this shit go through. Let it go ahead and go to Matchroom if they want to do it, and we can get out. Cause Triller is failing, bro. They failing. The concert shit, the versus shit with boxing, it just don't go, bro. All of that shit is cool. Like, I love hip hop. Put on the concerts. The versus battles, they cool, man. They cool to watch some of the legends come back and go back and forth. That's cool with me. I ain't tripping on that. But that shit don't belong with a real fire boxing card. In its essence, at its best, boxing don't need no tag-alongs and no add-ons and shit to do well if the card is fire enough, bro. If it's enough good fights, you don't need no concerts to go with it, bro. If it's enough good fights, you don't need no versus battles to go with it, fam. You don't need, you know, goofy ass commentary where people is on there don't really know shit about boxing. Like, you don't need Donald Trump to call the fight, bro. You don't need Donald Trump to call the fight if the fight is good enough. You don't have to have all these gimmicks, is what I'm trying to say. So to me, I believe Triller probably is realizing that this shit ain't gonna sell, and so they trying to piss the fighters off. Lopez, of course, is agreeing to everything because he won't hit for $1 million, bro. Kambosos is like, shit, if it defaults and I still get $1.5 million from Matchroom, on top of what they have to pay me of this 35% of this $1.2 million, if it goes to default, then shit, I'll take it. It's still more money than I ever had, and I just want the fight to happen. I'm not finna sit up here and keep moving it back, because we got to understand, bro, everybody tells the Teofimo Lopez story, and rightfully so, bro. He's the star. He's the far bigger name. He's the man at the lightweight division, so he going to get covered more than George Kambosos. But I think what gets lost in boxing fans sometimes, and what gets lost on these promoters and these sanctioning bodies and these networks and shit, George Kambosos is a human being too, bro. He's a fighter too. He got a family and shit. I believe he has a pregnant fiance or pregnant wife or something. He got a life too. And he has been over here, and he ain't from here, bro. He from Australia, a whole nother country. His family and him, they live in Australia. So he's come over here and had to go back home and come over here and had to go back home and started training camp and stopped training camp multiple times at this point, bro. And every time, you got to understand from his standpoint, every time that something has been pushed back, every time that something has happened to where the fight got postponed, it was always either Triller or it was Teofimo Lopez, because Teofimo Lopez caught COVID. Triller wanted to move the fight a bunch of times because they felt like it wasn't going to sell, or they didn't like the competition that they were up against for it to sell. That ain't George Kambosos' fault. He over here in America ready to fight. He been over here the whole time in America ready to fight. And so I understand him as a man that, bro, enough is enough. Look, either we fight on October 4th or I'm not signing off to move this shit back no more, bro. I'm not signing off to move the shit back no more. And I respect him for standing on this square, because he passing up on a lot of money, but standing on principle, he's still going to make a lot of money, but standing on principle and like saying, look, bro, enough is enough. Y'all jerking me around, bro. And so for Triller, at this point, I believe they hoping that the shit go through, because I'm sure they could have offered him, you know, a little bit more money to move the date or something for his inconvenience or something, but whatever they offering, he ain't hearing it, bro. And so he done already filed a grievance with the IBF to default this shit. And that means that there's a chance that this shit could be on Matchroom or DAZN if they want to pick it up, or we can go all the way back to where it's back on ESPN, where ESPN had underbid, they got third place, and that would be just funny as shit if at the end of the day we end up full circle, right back where we started, bro. At the end of the day, I don't care where the fight is, bro. I'm just ready for this shit to be over so these fighters can move on with their career. Teofimo Lopez is your mandatory. Beat the shit out of him if you're going to beat the shit out of him, and move on to bigger and better fights. George Kambosos, if you're going to upset, if you're going to win, go ahead and win, and then you're probably going to have a rematch clause and then try to beat him again and make an even bigger bag, bro. At the end of the day, this shit is holding up the lightweight division. It's holding up boxing, and it's a travesty. And I'm point the majority of the blame on Triller at this point, bro. Because you have to know, okay, it's Monday Night Football. Maybe we don't need to fight on Monday night. Oh, we trying to fight in New York. The Yankees run New York. Maybe we don't need to try to fight on that game night. Like, that shit is a company that you should know. You should be looking at TV listings. You should be looking at schedules of other sporting events. You should know where boxing stands in popularity in regards to these other events that are on that same night. You should know where your fighters that are on your cards stand in popularity to where these other things that are going on that particular night, bro. That shit just speaks of just ignorance of the game of boxing, just really being a novice and being rookies in the game, and they getting exposed for that right now. And so anyone that was thinking Triller was about to take some shit over, you're wrong. The only thing that I don't like is that for these two fighters, it's putting their career on hold, and now it looks like their career high paydays are going to be in jeopardy, and I'm never for people missing out on money because of someone else. And it looks like both of these fighters may end up missing out on career high paydays because of Triller, bro. And it sucks, man. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Hopefully they work it out. You know, hopefully the IBF, which has been one of the best sanctioning bodies, if not the best, they're the best in my opinion. But, you know, at minimum, you got to say they're stringent with their rules. They rule quickly, and they're fair. And I believe Kambosos has a good point. If you look at all the stuff that's going on throughout this whole situation, and they may rule in his favor, and then we may be to a DAZN card with Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos. And wouldn't that be funny after all of this situation, man? It'd be very, very funny. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment down below, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications, and if you want me on the panel, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, man. We got the Twitter up and going. Our Twitter handle is @KOBoxing86TV. So y'all come through and check me out on Twitter, man. I appreciate everybody watching the video. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. And with that, we out of here. Peace, y'all.